Hey, everybody, and welcome to another episode here at Tribal Trades, the daily show. And welcome to Monday. Man, we had some activity over the weekend, but we're going to talk about a stock that some people are saying could be the next NVDA in its category. We're going to take a look at that play. Is it too late to get in? We're going to look at some of the other plays that we've taken over the last week as well. We'll look at the SPY. We'll look at Bitcoin. Is it time to jump into a Bitcoin trade? Should you've already been in a Bitcoin trade? Of course, we'll talk about that, whole bunch more. Before we do that, smash the like button. This does help get this channel out to more people. And I do appreciate those of you take the time to put some comments below, especially before the spam bots do. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. Make sure you subscribe and hit that bell notification, and you'll get the daily updates. Now, today I am a little bit under the weather. I am on some medications. So if I see a little bit glazy eyed or I don't quite have the same amount of energy, just bear with me. I'm doing my best here to bring you some charts and some TA here on a Monday morning. All right, let's jump straight over to the SPY. We're going to start there as we always do. And what you can see here is we're back above that key level 685, which is the 9 EMA on the daily. That's the area that we really, really need to hold above. So really simple on this. Long above 685, resistance is at 689 and 694, and then short below to 682, and then down to 679. Those would be the levels there for the SPY. Really crucial that we do close. If we don't close above 685, really crucial that we do close above 682 to avoid any downwards cross of the 9 crossing below the 20 there. And so that's right now, that's where we're at with the SPY. And there are the levels that I've given to go long and to short. Now, the Bitcoin, I did give a Bitcoin trade in the Tribal Trades Discord for those that took it. It will be looking very, very nice. A couple of things that we saw beautifully there was the 9 cross the 20. I gave this trade at about $88,000 there. And those that took the trade in the Tribal Trades Discord, and I believe I gave it again at 90. And then and I have given it again here, if we can break above this key level, it's currently sitting at 93,193. Now, why is that a key level? The 9 EMA on the weekly is there, but also we have a beautiful double W bottom here, and the technical target for that W bottom here, incredibly, is actually up at the 200-day moving average. Is this our dead cat bounce? Is this the moment where Bitcoin breaks through and moves up to about that 105, 106,000? Maybe it'll be around that 104,000 level, just this area there. I have been waiting patiently for this in this Bitcoin trade at the moment. Got in here at around 88, been riding this up, and I will continue to ride this up, hopefully all the way up. And usually what happens is then price does capitulate down to the 200-week moving average, which is actually all the way right now at 57, but I expect that up to be in the 60s by the time it comes down and tests. Let's see if history repeats. Do you think history is going to continue to repeat as it has so far? Continue to follow the 4-year cycle exactly on the button. It continues to follow the cycle, and this just makes it a lot easier to predict and to trade, really knowing what the movements are of Bitcoin over a 4-year period there. Let's jump into the trade that could be the next NVIDIA here. And Stocks World says Chevron could become the NVIDIA of the oil sector. It is the only major US oil company currently operating in Venezuela. Everybody else shut up shop and got out. Chevron stayed. So right now what we've seen with Chevron is it jumped up in overnight trading all the way up to 171 there. Absolutely incredible. And actually, if you wanted to buy it last night, it was selling at a premium at 186, so I didn't recommend it and I didn't jump in. However, it is pulling back in the pre-market. So overnight it jumped up, and then in the pre-market it's really jumped back. And where are some potential entries here? It's very, very tough, because when the market opens, you just don't know if it's going to jump off or if it's just going to, people are going to take their profits and shut up shop. So here's a couple of opportunities. One is you could jump in around this area here, around this 164 to 166 area, and do what I call a just in case buy. What is a just in case buy? A just in case buy is kind of like a starter position. It gives me some skin in the game in case it takes off and never comes back. But also I'm not in too heavy that if it does pull back more that I can't add to it. And what I do like about this chart setup is a little bit of a bull flagging. I mean, we do have a gap here, but the 200 week is down there at 157. So one of the things that I'm looking at doing is just I'm adding a little bit right here where we are now. If it pulls back any further to around 162, I'll add there, as long as it holds, of course. It just melts through it, I won't. And then of course down here at 158 and 157 there, where this kind of took off from, that's the 200 week moving average. That's its bear market support. So this has been pretty beaten down here. We do have a nice light blue arrow on the daily, and on the weekly time frame we do have a green dot, which is very, very positive there. So this is a little more of a high risk play, a little tricky, because usually I don't give plays once something has just taken off. However, this is a little bit of a special circumstance where we have the conflict in Venezuela, which could lead to some massive upside for Chevron. No guarantees, of course, in the future, and might be worth just taking a little bit of a higher risk play here. And this is a higher risk play. So if you feel like waiting to see what happens when the market opens and where the price pumps and then taking a position after that, that's also something you could wait to do. But I've given you some levels there. Starter position, so I've got some skin in the game. If it pumps, I'm fine, and if it drops, I can add some more to the trade. One of the other trades that I wanted to provide here is ONDS, and this is the ONDS play here is the building of the next generation of autonomous defense and security using AI. And so of course this has government contracts already, and I have got a starter position in ONDX here. I grabbed some just around about, I think, right about here when it tagged the 30. 9 EMA on the 30 there at about $11.18. Again, this can be a starter position. This hasn't flown up. It was $11, and so it's up 34 cents, which is significant. But some other entries could be here at the let's have a look here at some other entries. Yeah, at the back at $11.09, or potentially, I'm not sure if it comes down to 10.74. This looks quite bullish. And so again, this is one where you could grab a just in case position, and then if it drops, the position can be added to there, because we are quite far away. Somebody knew, by the way, somebody knew. Look at this pump on Wednesday and Friday. Somebody knew this conflict was coming, and we saw this incredible pump up Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. Of course, the market was shut, and somebody knew what was coming because of the Chevron play. Look at that pump on Friday. Somebody knew, and it went up quite significantly there. And then, of course, it's gone up even more. So those that knew, they may be looking to cash in their profits, and that's why I'm saying I've got a just in case buy, because there could be a little bit of volatility. Like even in the pre-market, or when the market opens, this could open up and just jump up and down. It could go whoop, whoop, and then up. And I want to be there to grab those on any subsequent pullbacks there. Now, the Tribal Trades Discord, I still have offered, because I've been a little bit unwell and haven't taken it off yet. There's going to be an extension there just due to my medical condition and nothing more really. Have been under the weather here, and so really struggling to do the show. In fact, I wasn't even going to do it, but I dragged myself out of bed, gave myself some medication here. It still is $65 a month. I don't know how much longer that will be at that price. Maybe just today, maybe tomorrow. You can take advantage of that before we go to the $80. I think that's a steal. I mean, look at some of these plays that we have given in the Tribal Trades Discord here. One of the earnings plays that we gave, APLD, there at $24. Absolutely incredible. That play was given on the 27th of December, All you had to do was take the trade. That's sitting at $29 there. And so for those of you who are not day traders, you've got a 9 to 5, your schedule is brutal. We have plays for you. Look at that. And I'm only just giving a few. There's about 12 in here, and they're all doing really well. I believe those that have triggered, of course, some haven't triggered. The TSM trade that I gave, absolutely incredible at $300. That peaked at $331. Absolutely incredible. There is a 90% win rate in the Tribal Trades Discord across all channels. Stock plays. We have the daily stock plays for those of you who can get up before the market open, 7, 8, 9 o'clock, and trade the market open and take those. They're at a 90% win rate. The weekly swing plays, they usually play out within a week. We had a fantastic trade. What was the trade there? Oh, the AMD and the ASML trade. They played out beautifully to the upside there. Entry at 1065 and 215. Have a look at these plays here. Again, you just printing money with these plays here. 215, that was the entry that I gave. Look at it now, 229, and ASML was given at 1065. That's now over $1,200. Look at the dates on here. Look at the dates on here. Absolutely incredible. We have our new earnings plays channel, our quarterly plays channel. I just posted 2 new plays in there today, and the yearly stock plays, that's already up, I think, about 5%. Can you believe it? From the buys that we placed in the live session on January 2nd, that's up around 5% from those buys from Friday. There's about 20 stocks, and those are designed to be held for a year or longer. Absolutely incredible. You get those exclusive Tribal Trades yearly stock picks there. And of course, uh, even on top of that, we have the Tribal Trades indicator, the signals indicator, one indicator to rule them all, that just gives us these incredible entries. Look at this here, right there. The green dot was given actually before it even crossed 300. I was a little late giving this trade actually, but you can see the green dot absolutely nailed that trade there, and you can see how accurate it is in giving us great exits or entries or shorts and longs there. You get the signals indicator, and of course the brand new Tribal Trades indicator that is being released this week. I am so excited. You get that as well. 2 indicators, all the channels that we have there. Also, we have a crown trader, April, who's been giving out incredible trades. I'll have to, don't have time today, but I will be reviewing some of her trades this week. Absolutely amazing trades there on SNDK and also on Reddit. Those are up multiple tens of dollars on those trades. And of course, if you'd taken those trades, you would be up significantly on those as well. How do you sign up for the Tribal Trades Discord? I'm so glad you asked. There is a link below in the description of this video. You might need to click the more button. That will pop out. You can click on that and you can still get that 65. It will say wait list on there. And don't worry, you won't have to wait for long. You will get access today, either within a few minutes or a few hours after you sign up. You will get access to the Tribal Trades Discord there, and but you do need to go through that waitlist process before you get on, and of course before we raise the price to that $80, that $79.99. You can still get it at $64.99 today. There, I'm going to head back and get some rest and rest up. And I hope to be here tomorrow. If you don't see me, you know why. So until the next episode, until I see you on the Discord, happy trading.